Meet Internal Revenue Service Officer Adam Smith, better known to his family and friends as Jaish Dubey, a 19-year-old in Mumbai, India.
So when we picked up the call, we pretend to be the IRS officers. And we started like, "Hi, this is Officer Adam Smith. Thank you for calling Internal Revenue Service. How may I help you?"
Jaish and his friend Pawan Pujari were looking for work when they heard about an opportunity in one of Mumbai's many telephone call centers. He was impressed by the office and the size of the operation.
When I walked into the room, it was really nice because I have not yet worked in such kind of room before. So it was very nice for me.
He was especially impressed by the salary.
I was working there for money because they provided me, which nobody could provide me on the whole Mumbai. They were providing me 16,000 and the incentives were like 50,000 every month. Easy 50,000. And it is a whole lot of money. So everyone was interested, making easy money.
Jaish started off just answering calls from America, getting basic information, and handing the victim off to an experienced closer. As he gained skill on the phone, he handled the whole call himself, getting the victim to hand over the money to pay their fictitious tax bill. The phone room reached out all over the United States every day.
The owner used to churn 50,000 voicemails every day. We used to get around 10,000 to 15,000 callbacks.
As he talked to more and more Americans, he and Pawan began to feel bad for the people they were stealing from.
People used to also cry on the call. At that time, I started feeling bad. That was the time when I thought that it's really not nice. People didn't have money to pay. They used to take it from their neighbors, friends, and everyone. So it was really not good.
They decided to quit, and they were fortunate not to be at the office when 200 Indian police officers descended on the operation. Police blocked the exits, detained more than 700 people working that day, and seized everything inside. Authorities determined the office was just a branch of a larger operation that made over 1.8 million calls to America and stole hundreds of millions of dollars. Today, Jaish is speaking out about his experience and the tactics he used in the boiler rooms of India to defraud Americans. And he has one message above all.
I will just say to the Americans that in the whole world, only people in America get most of the scam calls. Please don't pay any money on the calls. That's what I want to tell them.
Sir, this is not your local or your state case. This is a federal case. And according to your case file, the IRS Audit Department have conducted a random audit on your tax that you have filed from 2011 to 2015. And they have found that there are some miscalculation errors. The tax that you have filed and the tax records that we have with us does not match. The total amount pending under your name is $7,912 even. And according to Section 7201 of the Internal Revenue Code, for that reason, the local authorities with an arrest warrant can come to your doorstep. And if they come, your driver's license will be cancelled, your property, your bank account, everything would be seized.
They should be scared, yeah. They should be like, oh, he's so confident that there will be a local sheriff at my doorstep. I cannot take risk. So they were like, yes, go ahead. I don't want to go inside the jail. We were like, you will be behind the bars.
Sir, this is the procedure which has been given to you by the Attorney General of your state, which you need to follow if you want to take care of this case outside of the court. It is not me, not anyone who have decided this procedure. It is the Attorney General of your state who have decided this procedure for you. So I need to record the whole conversation between you and me, and I have to serve this recording in front of the jury members as a main evidence that you are not running away from the situation and you have all the good intention to take care of this case outside of the court. And on the basis of this recording, they are going to terminate your case.
They should feel like this is an IRS office. Oh, it sounds like that. They tell us that this call is being monitored by the Attorney General's office. No one else was recording the call. It was just to put an effect, an official effect, so that the person thinks that, yeah, this is an IRS officer, I'm talking to the IRS officer.
I told you to go to the local police station, sir. Go to the local police station. I will talk to them and I will prove you who I am and what I can do. You're trying to suspect on me. Don't blame me that I have got you arrested, okay? You can't blame that on me. You can go over there. I will get you arrested for sure. But later, don't blame that on me, okay? This is completely your choice. If you want to go over there, you can go. And I will make sure you get arrested because you are suspecting on me. And I'm not going to tolerate that.
We can never send a police to anybody's place because we don't know any police there. We don't know anybody in America. We are here in India. So we don't know anything about America. We are just in a fluke. We say anything just to scare them, just to let them know that this is an official IRS you're talking to and you have to pay your amount which is left, which you owe to the IRS. And that's all. We don't know any police officer, anybody in America.